Sebastian asked, I'm jealous of people who always have someone to message. Basically, others who take an interest in you. I want the feeling of opening my phone and seeing that someone who isn't my family cares about me and wants to talk to me. How do I do this? This feeling of wanting to open your phone and seeing messages from people is a desire for instant gratification. Because when you open your phone and you see a message, you get this hit of dopamine. And it's very similar to video games. When you beat the level or you beat the boss fight, you feel this sense of accomplishment, like you matter. It's an artificial source of happiness. It's an artificial source of self-esteem. If you truly want to have people messaging you, then my advice would be simply just befriend people who are always on their phone, who don't really rely on in-person meets or conversations done when the person is next to you, but people who would rather text and DM and send memes to each other. But people that spend a lot of time on their phones, they're extremely lonely in real life. Because relying so much on this virtual communication, you lack the real world bonds and the presence of other people. The question, Sebastian, that you have to ask yourself is, do you really want this virtual attention? Or would you rather have the real human connection that actually matters? Because this virtual attention is just a chase of dopamine, like I described with video games. It is that same sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that you feel when you eat a piece of candy. You feel good the moment the notification comes. You feel good when the candy touches your tongue. But afterwards, your life is the same. Afterwards, you're still the same lonely, depressed person. The real connection with people comes from in-person relationships. And this applies to not just friends, but family and romantic relationships as well. The most meaningful experiences in life happen through face-to-face contact, when you can see each other, when you can touch each other, when you can hear each other and even smell each other. That person is real when they are next to you. What they say now matters so much more because you can listen to the way they say it, why they say it this way, their body language, if they're smiling or if they're sad, if they're looking at you, if they're looking away. You can't do this when it's just virtual texting. Texting can't replace the emotional richness that happens in being with someone physically. And this virtual messaging is just a shortcut. It avoids the real effort that people should put in social interactions. Virtual texting has become a lot more popular because of the advancements in technology. People talk to AI chatbots like ChatGPT. And COVID made everyone a hermit crab. It's better to feel connected with someone in reality and not through a phone. Just trust me when I say this. The temporary highs that you get when you'll get a notification, it won't ever solve your deeper loneliness. It won't ever make you feel truly fulfilled. You need to find depth, warmth, energy when you want to speak to someone. So when you speak to them in person, you can see their facial expressions, the tone, the energy, the body language. Yes, doing this, talking with people in person, involves more effort, but it's also exponentially more fulfilling. I actually hardly ever message people. And when I do, it's normally just instructions to make plans. The most I ever text someone is actually my wife, because I will tell her when I'm working, please refill my water bottle. Please make me coffee. Please do this. Please do that. Please get the cat out of the room because my wife's cat has just barged into my office. I don't use messaging apps for other things. I certainly don't use them to have meaningful conversations or to have lustful conversations with my wife. Whenever I receive text, the only people I do speak to is my family, my wife, her family, and Hamza. I don't speak to many other people. These messages often lack the soul and depth of a meaningful interaction, but that's by purpose, that's by design, because my family, my wife, her family, and Hamza, they don't use texting for meaningful conversations as well, because it's impossible. The messages are just to make plans. Do you want to do this? Are you free? Would you want to go out? It's just to make arrangements. The real conversations, the real in-person connecting we do when we see each other. Don't create a false sense of intimacy by relying or putting too much faith into virtual conversations, because these virtual friendships can mislead you into thinking you're socially fulfilled when you're not. The person texting you could be playing Subway Surfers at the same time as having a dirty conversation with you. Say if it's a girl that you like. Is that really what you want? Do you really want the girl that you matched with on Tinder to be having hours-long conversations with you via Snapchat, when in reality she's doing it to other guys as well? Would you rather not talk to a girl that gives you her full and undivided attention on a proper date, even if that proper date only happens once a week? Wouldn't that be a lot better? People that often chase virtual messaging are addicted to their phone, they're addicted to technology, so they don't have these meaningful in-person relationships. And the human presence is the crucial element of connecting with people, because being present with someone physically carries emotions, warmth, micro expressions, non-verbal cues. Real life connection allows you to bond through shared energy. So they're not equal. Talking to someone in person and texting them is not the same. In person is vastly superior. I go out of my way to spend time with people that I care about. Although my family live nearby, I only get to see them a few times a week, but I still don't text them regularly. I would rather save the deeper, meaningful conversations for when I do get to see them. And we will talk for hours. We will laugh. I will embrace my mother physically. I will literally rest my head on her thigh and lie down and close my eyes while she yaps away at at her gardening. She just talks about all these flowers that she's planted. And I just enter this blissful state of peace listening to her. Although I live with my wife, I still don't randomly text her. I dedicate time for us to have deep and powerful conversations when we're lying in bed next to each other in the dark. There's a huge emotional payoff from seeing people face to face. It forms a emotional connection. That's when you understand each other's story, desires, experiences, their fears, their aspirations. So the payoff is a lot stronger and healthier than any dopamine that you might get from virtual messaging. I would actually rather just have one good in-person conversation than constant virtual chatter. It might seem great getting a notification if you feel lonely. But just remember that text is soulless. There's no meaning, there's no presence, no shared human energy. And it can often feel like an obligation. Someone's texting you because they feel obliged to because you texted them. That's what turns the conversation dry. We've evolved for physical presences, not for screens and written messages. This desire for virtual attention is literally being driven by your loneliness. So don't give in to it. This digital validation is perhaps because you don't have, as you rightly said, perhaps you don't have this real sense of belonging with more people. Then the solution to that is to connect with more people. It's not more notifications, it's more in-person socializations. Spend time with your family. They care about you. Spend time making new friends. Spend time going on a date with a cute girl, even if you don't see yourself as making her your girlfriend or wife. It's still really fun and really wholesome to go on a romantic date and just flirt with someone rather than Snapchatting backwards and forwards. Physically showing up is what counts, really. And prioritize the people who actually see you in real life. You might want to have more friends, more girls text you. But if they aren't, then that really shows how much they value you. If they aren't making plans with you, then you're clearly not that important in their life. But if someone actually is showing up with you, to you, inviting you out, they want your presence. Think about how much respect and admiration and love they have towards you. So put them at a higher standing in life. You have to take charge. You have to be the one to consistently build up your in-person relationships, and you'll feel so much more fulfilled. And if you're ever jealous of people who have a lot of group chats and you're sensing for this belonging, don't give in to texting. Belonging is done when you're in the same environment, you're physically present, there's eye contact, laughter, real moments, real memories. Digital texting, virtual messaging can never give you this sense of belonging. Never. So just focus on offline relationships, right? Make plans, meet people, speak face to face, build these memories. One memory done this way will grow you as a person and make you feel more fulfilled than 10 times as much texted. That's how you cure loneliness. The more time you spend with people in real life, the less attractive virtual validation becomes. So build this burning desire to see people close to you in person. The action that I want you to take right now is to journal and write down real gratitude that you have for the people in your life, your family, any friends that see you. And refer to this gratitude journal when you're feeling low, that there are people who care about you, who love you, who make an effort to see you physically. It may not be often, but their effort in physically going to see you far outweighs someone's effort of constantly texting you. Write down what you appreciate about them so it strengthens this desire so that you want to spend time with them. Your appreciation for others grows through your and their presence with each other. And when you appreciate people, you will want to see them more physically. So you will create this more satisfying bond. Seek the real connections, not virtual dopamine. In-person experiences are what's given my life true meaning, and I genuinely believe it would do the same for you.